Alright, so what I was gonna do is just read from a statement that I have first of all, and then, from there, answer a few questions, so. Yesterday I filed 3 lawsuits against the St. Lucie County School District alleging an overall culture of ignoring sexual abuse within the school district, starting with top-level administrators and filtering down to school principals, directors, and teachers. The allegations in these lawsuits are a result of intensive research of public records from the Department of Education, the Department of Children and Families, the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, and the St. Lucie County School District itself. This research has resulted in lawsuits on behalf of 3 children and their parents, providing startling allegations that school district officials knowingly allowed sexual predators, who are teachers and students, to have access to children in the St. Lucie County schools with little or no intervention from school officials, resulting in horrible sexual abuse of numerous teenaged girls and several developmentally delayed exceptional students. A pattern of covering up from families and students, handling matters internally, failing to notify the appropriate authorities in violation of Florida.
No, it's not real.
You're about to turn up the heat anyway.
Yeah.
Turn up the heat, I guess.
Let me that way.
Hopefully.
Are you okay where you are, Dana, or do you need to move?
Anybody need to get out of the
Can
way
you
or
see
move it
around
to
me?
one side or?
Well, tell me which way
Can you push back a little bit maybe, or just like lean back? I'll kind of get close to Andy.
Do you all want
Yeah,
to sit
could
on
you
one side?
move back just a little bit?
Does that make a difference?
Thank you.
I'll just keep it as long as Andy doesn't mind. I'm alright. Get a little cozy.
Are you good now?
I'm
Hmm?
good.
Hi, I'm Gloria.
All I just assumed is.
Oh, okay. I hope I don't hit anybody's mic up here with these papers. If you move back a little bit, does that bother it, or is it won't be loud enough? Alright, so what I was gonna do is just read from a statement that I have first of all, and then, from there, answer a few questions, so. Yesterday I filed 3 lawsuits against the St. Lucie County School District alleging an overall culture of ignoring sexual abuse within the school district, starting with top-level administrators and filtering down to school principals, directors, and teachers. The allegations in these lawsuits are a result of intensive research of public records from the Department of Education, the Department of Children and Families, the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, and the St. Lucie County School District itself. This research has resulted in lawsuits on behalf of 3 children and their parents, providing startling allegations that school district officials knowingly allowed sexual predators, who are teachers and students, to have access to children in the St. Lucie County schools with little or no intervention from school officials, resulting in horrible sexual abuse of numerous teenaged girls and several developmentally delayed exceptional students. A pattern of covering up from families and students, handling matters internally, failing to notify the appropriate authorities in violation of Florida law, and failing to take action to remove alleged sexual predators from the classroom has emerged and has been alleged in these lawsuits. Statistics from the Department of Education compiled from the mandatory reporting of sexual crimes in Florida from the St. Lucie County School District reveals that a student in St. Lucie County has a 5 times higher rate of being sexually abused in the school system than Martin and St. Lucie counties. I have a chart that I've provided. This chart shows startling numbers, the red being St. Lucie County. St. Lucie County has a 5 times higher rate of students getting sexually abused within their school system. The parents that I represent believe that their children have been exposed to an unsafe environment in St. Lucie County schools, resulting in permanent harm that could have been prevented. The parents are angry and seek to hold the school district responsible and accountable for their actions. The people that I represent, their goal is to prevent the sexual abuse of any further child in the St. Lucie County School District. One of the cases involves a group of teenage girls who were sexually abused by their high school English teacher. Prior to their sexual abuse in 2014, the school district had conducted an investigation in 2011 from 7 other 9th grade girls who alleged that this man had sexually abused them in the classroom. This was inadequately investigated according to the allegations in our complaint. It resulted in a letter of concern that was never placed into the teacher's, into his personnel file, was never signed by the teacher, and was instead kept in the investigatory file that would never be transferred to any other school district should this teacher quit the school and try to go to another school district. This letter, unsigned by this teacher, remained in the investigation file, and he was allowed to remain as a teacher, a 9th grade teacher, in the school district, but transferred to a different school at one point, in which case approximately 2 years later, this substantially similar allegations from 7 more 9th grade students came forward accusing him of the same thing. And this time the parents went directly to the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office instead of to the school district, and that's how all of these allegations came out, and that's why this man is currently being prosecuted criminally in the state court system. The other cases that I have filed involve 2 exceptional education students who are autistic and in an autistic classroom at Manatee Academy in St. Lucie County. Their teacher knew that a young boy who was being transferred from another school to this particular school knew that this 14-year-old boy had admitted to sexually abusing and raping another ESE student in another St. Lucie County school. That child, instead of being adequately monitored and placed into appropriate placement within the school district, was simply transferred to another school, back into the same classroom situation that he was in before, and predictably sexually assaulted some more students, children who cannot fend for themselves, that are sometimes in wheelchairs and speech impaired, sexually abused my client, one of them, under the slide on the playground while the teacher was playing basketball on the basketball court and not monitoring these children. This happened on a repeated basis. This was not a one-time incident in this classroom. The Department of Children and Families investigated this and recommended a removal of the teacher from the classroom at that point. It is unknown by me at this time whether that teacher is still teaching within the school district. Any questions?
Do you specify how old these victims are?
The victims are 13, the exceptional student education, the developmentally disabled, and the predator in their classroom was 14. He was not an exceptional ed student. He was a behavioral student who was placed into an exceptional education student classroom. The girls in the 9th grade English class were all 14 years old.
Okay. Aside from damages, what do these victims and their parents hope to get out of this lawsuit?
The main goal of this lawsuit is to bring to attention the parents of children who currently attend the St. Lucie County schools, to ask that this administration do something to establish a zero tolerance policy for sexual abuse within the school system. Up to now, based upon my investigation into stacks and stacks of documents of public records, from my experience of handling other lawsuits, seeing other children and families walking through my door, seeking redress with the St. Lucie County school system, not enough, if anything, is being done. And that is the goal, not only of what I'm doing today, but of the lawsuit and of the parents that I represent.
Dan Huson was arrested in 2014. You're saying that prior to that, they should have had fair warning and terminated him?
Yes.
Why?
As I stated before, he had, first of all, been involuntarily terminated, that's their words, not mine, from Lincoln Park. There was no reason given in his personnel file why he was terminated. He then reemerged at Westwood High School in Fort Pierce as a English teacher. 2011, 7 girls came forward and accused him of inappropriately touching in many different ways sexually within the classroom. There was one interview conducted of one girl who was no longer in the school system, who substantiated that he had inappropriately touched her but did not want to move forward on any charges. At that point, a decision was made within the administration not to report this to the Department of Children and Families, which is required by Florida law, Chapter 39. Any reasonable suspicion needs to be and must be reported. And that involves school administration all the way down to caregivers or anybody else who reasonably suspects child abuse. That was not done. And instead, a memo indicated in their investigation file that they decided at that point to handle the matter internally, shut down the investigation, not interview any more of the children who alleged this man had sexually inappropriately touched them in the classroom. And that was in 2011. And 2 years later, 7 girls under the same substantially similar circumstances came forward and made the exact same allegations, only this time they were worse. And this time it was behind closed doors in his classroom with the shades pulled and the doors locked during school hours, where sexual molestation occurred on numerous occasions of my client.
How many students in your investigation are being sexually assaulted in St. Lucie County schools? Do you think it's underreported?
The statistics that I have gathered from the Department of Education, which requires school districts to report sexually related crimes, indicates that the numbers are startling in St. Lucie County as compared to comparative counties within the Treasure Coast.
Can you quantify that?
The numbers are contained in the charts that I have provided to you, but the numbers that I have found and that I have compiled indicates that if your child attends St. Lucie County schools, they're 5 times more likely to be sexually abused than if they were to attend Martin or Indian River County schools. And that's a number that is completely and utterly unacceptable. And that is a number that takes into account that St. Lucie County schools has a higher population of students. It's a pro rata determination of how likely a child, based upon student population and number of crimes reported, is likely to be sexually abused. And it's the allegations of the complaint that a culture from a school district that does not have a zero tolerance policy and does not take action in order to prevent this allows the sexual abuse to spread like a web within the school system. So in other words, if one child sexually abuses another child in a exceptional student education program, that sexual abuse then spreads from that child who's been abused to other children within the classroom. So we see a situation in sexual abuse cases in which the sexual abuse spreads. And if a teacher who is looking for a job, who is a sexual predator and wants to gain access to children in hunting grounds where children are present, where they can gain access to the children, what school district are they going to go to? Are they going to go to a school district that has a zero tolerance policy of preventing abuse, or are they going to go to a school district in which it is known that the sexual abuse policies are one of tolerance and cover-up?
How do you stop the pattern?
The thing that I would like to see happen, and what the purpose of this litigation is to bring this not only to the school district's attention, but to the people of St. Lucie County, and perhaps nationally, that school districts can no longer ignore and cover up these problems. They have to be handled head on. They have to be taken seriously. They have to be investigated, and if there's any reasonable suspicion of a person within the school district, be it a student or a teacher, of being a sexual abuser, it needs to be investigated and appropriate actions being taken without worry of placing the concerns of adults over children. The culture that we have seen within the school district, that I have seen, that I have uncovered with this investigation, and that I have alleged in this complaint, is a culture of placing the needs of the adults, that is the administration and the teachers, above the needs of the children.
What has been the response from the district? Obviously, you've tried to talk to them before filing this.
The response has been no response, basically.
And the families got the same response?
The families that I represent feel like they have been let down by the school district. And in order to right a wrong, they were left with what oftentimes is the only recourse for people, and that is to hire a lawyer and file a lawsuit. And that's what we've had to do. Under Florida law, the school district has been on notice of this for 6 months. They have to be notified 6 months before a lawsuit can be filed, and the school district has not come forward to attempt to resolve the case, or in any way attempt to resolve the situation so far as we can see. All right, thank you.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Seidule.
Seidule, okay.
I have been saying it.